Ladies and gentlemen and members of the British Royal Navy, welcome back to Spyro 2. I should actually mention something. Well, first off, we're going to go into Idle Springs. And actually there's going to be a cutscene, so I should probably shut up for a bit. I love these little cutscenes.
The way he flies. Adorable. Oh, it's so sad.
So yeah, the idols have come to life here. This is let this be a lesson. Thou shalt not make for thyself an idol. After all, you know what they say about idle hands. Right? Nah. Yeah. This is the dreaded fish puzzle that we'll come back to later. And... Ow, and we just got hit. Wow, okay, this is not going well so far. Fortunately, these little bug dudes are our health in this level. So I should mention a mechanic that I haven't really mentioned yet, is that this guy, if we try to charge him, we can't. In fact, we get hit. Ouch. Because he's too big. He's too meaty to be charged effectively. The charging really only works on... Oh, that's an extra life. The charging really only works on smaller enemies, which is kind of strange when you think about it. But, I mean, flame, obviously very effective. The dude's freaking made of wood, so... I mentioned earlier, I don't get why these guys have to, like, break the locks open with hammers. Like, who has the keys to these locks? Now, these guys... Oh, I accidentally charged him. Okay. These guys have these shields, so we can't actually flame them. If we try, the shield just absorbs the heat, which makes no sense because it's made of metal. Like, wouldn't you think metal's really good at conducting heat? Wouldn't you think that? Oh, and the same goes for these, by the way. Made of metal, you can't break them open. Unless you charge. Yeah. I guess the conclusion I came to when we were talking about that last time is I guess Teflon was too hard to render on PlayStation, so yeah.
Those metal shields.
And yeah, and again, here's Zoe telling us about the same mechanic I was literally just mentioning. I wonder what the cube map is on these shields, you know? Because they're using some sort of cube map, I'm sure, for the reflections. Unless cube maps were too advanced for the time. I don't even know. This is so long ago. Like I said, most PlayStation games of this era, there was like a ton of distance fog. The reason we don't get that in this game is because they use this trick where they use levels of detail. So if you look at the terrain a little bit far away from us, well, it's not really easy to see here because we're kind of close to things. But if you look at terrain that's really far away, a lot of it just doesn't draw. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, sorry. That is not at all what I meant to say. How did I botch that so horribly? My gosh. No, what I meant to say...
Wonderful.
What I meant to say is it doesn't draw as, like, we're just plowing through this level. Wow. It doesn't draw with textures. It just draws with, like, the color of the shape. And the mesh, you know, like, the geometry is also simplified. So, yeah. I love this little sort of cave area in this level. It's kind of nice. Also, look, they actually have, like, pillars of stone in the middle of it. Like, they put a lot of thought into this level design. The other thing I find really impressive about them designing these levels is the lighting. Like, they don't really use, like, shaders to light this. What they do is they just paint every vertex with, like, a color, and yeah, that's about it. So they have to, like, manually paint all of the lighting on. Which is kind of cool and also sounds horrible. But, I mean, hey, good for them, right? We're gonna sort of come over here. Yeah, we'll do that challenge later, actually. Because there's like a challenge at the end of that. Honestly, in today's world, I'm not sure which one I'd like better. The freaking gemstone they just gave me, or the job security.
Yeah.
Regardless, we got what we... Oh. Cutscene.
Wonderful.
I don't get exactly how that works in universe, especially since if you go back to this level now, the enemies respawn and they're still enemies. But I don't know, it's kind of funny to see. Yeah, and that's the kind of the weird thing is like you're helping all these people solve their problems, but at the same time, oh, let's learn to swim. At the same time, you go back there afterwards and all of their problems are back. So,
Thank you for helping us.
before we do that part of the level, we're actually going to go back over here because there was some more water we could have what? What's the past participle of dive? No, really, what is it? Dived? Could have dived, could have dove, could have diven? I don't even know. You know, I'm looking this up like right now. Like I don't even care about the delay. Actually, this is a really good chance to show off the fact that this game doesn't have an oxygen meter. You can stay under for as long as you need to. Dive.
I'm seeing both.
Now, according to this, the simple past is either dived or dove, and the past participle is always dived. Huh. That is interesting. I would not have expected that dived would be the preferred form of the simple past.
Divin.
Yeah, you'd think it would be divin or something ridiculous like that because, you know, English.
It's the English language is unbelievably great.
The reason we came in here is because there's actually an orb right here. Nice little optional challenge. And we're right back here. So, yeah, we're just gonna... That's a really cool thing about level design. I always like it when you can do that. If you're trying to, develop some levels, looking for level design tips, it's really cool to be able to, like, have a level that wraps back on itself like that. So, yeah. We're not going to be able to 100% this level for a while, by the way, because, well, you'll see in a moment. It's a little bit bull, but eh. But Spyro's not a bull, he's a dragon.
Great humor. It's going to be the key part of this entire series.
Man, when I was a kid, I always thought Elora was kind of cool for having the goat legs or deer legs or whatever they are. Here's a fun little mechanic. You hit these buttons and it makes the doors go up and down. Yeah, I always thought that was kind of...
You're well on your way, Spyro.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, collecting the orbs.
I saw something.
Yeah, we have to learn how to climb. Okay, fine. No, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it was one of those things, like the deer legs, like the fuzzy legs or whatever. That's one of those things that just, I don't know, I felt like weird about it as a kid, and I had not much of an idea what that meant. And well, then I grew up and now I'm a furry. So anyway, enough about my personal life. Let's actually go this way first. I think that's... Yeah. So yeah, we have to learn how to climb, which we don't learn until, like, the second homeworld of the game. And this game has 3 homeworlds, actually. Guess who it is, by the way?
Well, good to see you.
It's this nerd.
Yeah, and we need 400 gems this time around, which... Wow. 400 gems. So Elora is here, and I don't know how she got here. Like, okay, So here's another fun thing. Follow me, okay? We're gonna go through here. We're gonna go through here. And Elora's over there. There's no other path she could have taken to get there, or we wouldn't have seen her in the intervening time. So I conclude that there are multiple Eloras. This is a clone. Life is a lie.
Hi, Spyro.
So this is the talisman door. Now, before I was playing this the other day, I had no recollection that these talisman doors even existed, just because of how not memorable a game mechanic they are. But yeah, basically that's just there to make sure you get all the talismans. You know, you have to basically just beat all the levels before you can go on to the next,
Nice work.
Oh! Apparently we needed a certain number of orbs to open that, but, yeah. So here's a little interesting puzzle. If we open this door, it closes the one behind it, but there's no button here to open this one. So how do we get through there? Because if we come back here, we can close that, you know, open that door, but it closes the closer one. And in fact, if we set up the camera just right, you can kind of see... Oh, you could barely see it for like one frame, but there's actually an orb there. The solution, you can sort of tell by these gems on the windowsill that you're supposed to use the windowsills. I did not make the jump.
Wonderful!
Not a big deal. Just gotta get back there. This isn't going to be like the fish puzzle, I promise.
Please no.
We haven't even seen the fish puzzle in this run. Wow. And here we go. It probably required 5 orbs to activate that, you know? And we had 5 orbs. Unlike the gems, when you use the orbs to unlock something, you don't lose them. Which is pretty great when you think about it. So, so now that we can swim, we're going to go back to Idle Springs, try to complete it. We might be able to finish the whole level in this episode, which would be pretty great. We've seen basically all we can of Summer Forest. Again, there's like another orb we're missing, but we need the climbing ability, and I'm not going to just cheese it with an exploit this time. I was mostly just doing that to prove that I could. Alright, back to Idle Springs. One thing we haven't seen, actually, we haven't seen any power-ups in this level, which is kind of interesting. There is actually a power-up in every level of the game, so we'll definitely have that to come back for, or not to come back for, to find, because we don't have to come back. I don't think you need any other abilities to complete this level. I think all you need is the swim, so yeah. But yeah, you're actually kind of locked off from a lot of the level, or, you know, a lot of the game when you start out, which makes sense because, you know, it's the beginning of the game. If all the levels were unlocked at the start, it'd be kind of boring. Not necessarily boring, but you just wouldn't be really motivated to do the rest of the game. So this guy over here has some puzzles for us.
I've been locked in here.
I remember this puzzle.
Yep. So what you have to do is you have to turn all these blocks yellow, but when you step on one of them, it also changes the 2 that are next to it. So, yeah, so now we've got the bottom row done, but these 2 turned off. Fortunately, the solution isn't all that difficult. In fact, I've been doing it already. Oh, wow. I just missed a jump onto... That was, like, the easiest... Okay, so... Then we have to go out to this pond. We have another mysterious case of the teleporting NPC. How does he even swim through here? But yeah, he's actually right behind you. Whoa.
This idol says he's hot.
So yeah, so now we have to feed this idol with some fish. But you have to be careful not to give him the red ones, because he throws them up. And in fact, he doesn't just throw them up, he'll also throw up,
Like 3 more.
Yeah.
Not exactly what you want to do. Let's not have a repeat of last time around.
So the first time I was doing this challenge the other day, I, like, could not... Oh my gosh, I'm doing it again! I'm doing it again! I kept feeding him, like, only the red fish, practically, and it was, like, horrible. Like, I'd make some progress, give him a red fish, have all of my beautiful progress erased. I seem to be doing a little better this time around. I should not have said that. I should not have said a word.
You're gonna get to
should
9,
not.
and then it's all gonna go downhill. I hope.
I think you can go from 9, like, all the way back down to 0 if you're not careful. But once we get up to 10... No! There we go!
Yay!
I'll meet you over by the college.
Yeah. Now, the annoying thing is that the first 2 puzzles are both, like, right at the start, and then it's like, okay, time for the final puzzle, let's go, let's do this, and you have to go through the whole freaking level before you can get there. Yeah. Oh, some interesting little graphical glitches there, not entirely due to the widescreen effect. I think it's just the emulator being buggy. Yeah, I am actually playing this on an emulator. Don't worry, I do own a copy of this game somewhere in my house, miles away from here. But yeah, plus, you know, it's not like anybody's... I mean, they actually are selling this game now, aren't they? I think this is one of the games you can get on, like, the PlayStation, like, old-timey classics store. That is not what they call it, but I don't remember what they call it. These guys look kind of silly. Also, I find it funny that they aren't actually burning when I, you know, set them on fire. They just kind of vanish. Oh yeah, this is a really old game, so analog sticks weren't as much of a thing when this game was released. So you have to use L2 and R2 to move the camera. So here's the final puzzle.
Jump on these stones.
You have to jump on the stones in the right order. This is the first one, but if we like jump on the wrong one, and yeah. What's kind of funny is, now that I think about it, having the first one picked for you actually makes this puzzle harder. Because basically, there isn't like one fixed order. Like, either of these 2 here could be the next one. The pattern is, you have to either match the shape on the inside, the shape on the outside, or the color. Any one of those 3. So like this one matches the star on the inside, and this one has an octagon on the outside, so we hit the octagonal one here. Now that has a diamond on the inside, and there isn't a diamond, but there's another orange one right here, so there you go. Crescent moon, and triangle. And there you go, we're done. And we get teleported all the way back here.
Spyro,
Nice job, Spyro.
Yeah, these orbs are just sort of all over the place. You know, I don't think it's ever really explained. Or no, it is. That's right, it is. I forgot that we just haven't seen that cutscene yet. Whoops, spoilers. Yeah, I never even said what it is that isn't explained, but you can kind of infer what I was about to say. Anyway, I like how these guys are actually wearing proper eye protection. Like, you know, most game companies wouldn't think to include that detail, but Insomniac, they know what's up, you know? They know where it's at. So there's one more challenge in this level that we're going to be able to do. And that's over here. So yeah, I kind of like this level, you know? It's kind of nice and small and picturesque.
Spyro, you're pretty.
Oh, he's just giving us the talisman again. Yeah, another convenient thing about this is if you go up here, you see this little waterfall thing. And if we follow this through here, we've got a few gems, and you'll be able to see where this leads us. It leads us right back to the start of the level, actually. Or no, this isn't the start. This is a different spot in the level. It's close to the start, though, so it's just nice and convenient to have a little, you know, way to get back like that. But But yeah, the music in this game was made by Stuart Copeland, who you might know if you've ever heard of a band called The Police. Rosie, have you ever heard of The Police?
I know very well of. I'm trying to phrase this correctly. I know The Police very well. There we go.
Oh, really? How many times have you been to jail?
I listen to Sting a lot, so.
Yeah, Sting's cool. Have you heard the song "Fragile"?
I have not heard the song Fragile. Is that Sting or The Police?
That's Sting. How come you haven't heard "Fragile"? It's like his. I wouldn't say it's his best song, but it's actually really good. So there's all
Fields
this
of Gold, 7 Days, Desert Rose.
this fun path here that sort of goes around the level on the tops of things. I always think it's kind of cool when they include things like this, because you get to sort of fly around the level and see it from like an angle you haven't seen before. Like, we're up on top of an earlier part of the level right now, and hang on a second. Is that a gem I missed down there? I thought I saw a gem that I missed. Oh no, it's just a little beetle dude. Yeah. Then you know, of course what happens is then you fall and you have to like redo half of the level. And it's really annoying. Is the active camera is on, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. And then we get this thing. This little rocket thing. Now you wonder, what does this do? First off, I do want to see. Oh yeah, really easy to get out of bounds on this. Wow, wow, that's impressive. Anyway, so what do you think we do with this rocket, Rosie?
I do not have the foggiest idea. Do you have to shoot it at the idol?
Well, no, I'm saying, what do you think? How do you think we activate it?
Oh, run into it. Breathe. Breathe fire. There we go.
Yep, you light the fuse, and the thing goes.
Whee!
You can actually see where it goes.
On Earth. Oh my goodness.
It blows up this thing, and we get a bunch of gems,
Sheesh.
some of which land in the water.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right.
Very nice.
Now, how many gems do we have?
547.
371 out of 400. 547, I think, is enough to open that thing that the dickish bear wants us to pay him for.
Just call him Dick Bear now. That's his new name.
Dick Bear. No. Instead of money bags, we should call him douchebags. Douchey bags. There you go. Douchey bags. That's his new name. Douchey bags. I'm like, oh, there has to be a pun I can make on bags. And yes, there is. There definitely is. Alright, so over here, we've got another challenge based on using this power-up that we've thankfully killed enough enemies to unlock. I mean, we've probably killed like every freaking enemy in the level now.
Yeah, they're all going to come back as soon as you.
What is this?
Fabulous to see you, Spyro. Now that the supercharged power-up is active, you can charge through the pedestals and send the dancing blue girls over here to help.
So, we've got some light bondage going on here, and this thing.
That is a hula girl? Oh wait, no, the
No.
other things are. Good lord.
No, listen to this guy's voice clip.
It's
There's
wonderful.
this silly noise. But yeah, what we're supposed to do here is use this supercharge. Now the supercharge is very fragile.
Silence.
If you run into a wall, yeah, see, we have to get all of them in one go, or else he'll do that, and it's... But as you can see, the second you hit something, it's gone. So it's all about, like, having some very precise control over the...
Seems
Wow.
difficult.
I failed that.
Ran right past the last one.
And you see it? We go right back down to 0.
Here's one. Here's two.
Oh, we missed one.
Not two. Can you come all the way around?
I don't think we can. Alright, let's do it this time, for real. Come on.
Just run to the thing first. 5.
Boom!
6. Nice.
They do their little rain dance. And the witch doctor is killed.
Ugh, the hula girl's brain dead.
And you see that little 2 out of 2 at the top means we've done all of the orb challenges in this level. So now it's just about finding the remaining... Wow, I thought I went through the power-up. Apparently, wow, okay, I am very much... So now it's just about finding the last few gems. And there you go.
There you go.
We are done with Idle Springs. We actually have a few minutes to spare, so, yeah, I guess we can... Well, let's save the game first off. So yeah, Rosie, maybe you can see a little bit of inspiration here, because a lot of my game projects borrow one idea or another from this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if you see anything that looks kind of familiar, just let me know, because oftentimes I don't even realize I was inspired by something, so... Oh man, I've got to tell you a great story. I was working on this this Zelda fan game once, actually. And, yeah, this is a funny story. I made this dungeon music for one of the dungeons, and it was, like, rockin'. Like, it was awesome. Still to this day, like, one of my favorite little tunes I've written. One problem with it. I didn't notice until years later that, like, the main melody in it is just, like, the Power Rangers theme over and over. Like, the first, like, 6 notes.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it was literally, like, it was like that over and over. And I'm like, oh, that's so bad, because, like, I can't, like, release that now as, like, any sort of, you know, because I might get, like, sued by Power Rangers. Can you even? I don't even know if that's a... Can you get sued over 6 notes? I don't even know, but...
I don't think you can get sued, but it's really obvious.
Well, it should have been. Apparently it wasn't actually that obvious. Oh, wow. Okay, so you can see there are some parts of the level just, like, absent here. Yeah. I figure we'd do a little clipping out of bounds. I don't know if there's that much you can do. I mean, actually, one thing you might be able to do, now that I think about it... Yeah, you can get to this room without having the swim ability. Look at that!
Yeah!
And then, of course, you're screwed, because how are you going to get out of here?
You have to go all the way back now.
You'd have to leave the level and come back. And, wow, yeah. I mean, we're only like a minute short. I think I'm just gonna leave the episode there. So, let me find the portal, get us back to Summer Forest. So yeah, Idle Springs. It's, you know, one of the first few levels you see, besides Glimmer and all, and, yeah. Pretty nice place.
Very nice place.
All right. And we are... Oh, we've seen this.
You can see this again.
And we've got plenty of money for douchey bags, so that's good. So, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you liked it. Be sure to leave a dislike if you disliked it. You know, I value honesty. And be sure to leave a comment for some constructive criticism. And yeah. And be sure to subscribe if you want to. I mean, I'm not forcing you to. I have no legal right to. So yeah. See you next time.
Good night, everyone.